ET79769. Something going on with an adult closed fist hitting an infant. Here at Target. Oh shit. This is protected act. It's on you guys that you didn't close it.
We got to get into the vehicle.
Well, I understand that, but that's you guys. Can I get your name and badge numbers?
Deputy Crabtree.
Oh, yeah, I called you and you still get to call me back.
I do call people when I'm off duty.
So I'm never going to need an explanation then. That's what you're saying.
I've been advised not to engage with you, so I'm just letting you know we got to get into our vehicle.
So therefore, the thin blue line wins, and I'm forever asking questions for something you did in your feelings, not by law. Your job is not to just approach people, and during the hours of 8 to 10, there's no decimal point, period. There is no decimal point whatsoever for noise, and you were in your feelings because my lyrics on my music, it's the same path that I walk my dog for over a year and a half before that day, and I still walk my dog that same damn path because you guys won't change it up. You know, sir.
I understand that.
I want resolution. I want to know why you did, because you never articulated there, and then you brought Griffiths in.
Step over here so you're not.
Then you brought Griffiths. Don't tell me what to do.
I'm not trying to tell you. I just don't want you to get hit by a car.
You don't have to worry about my safety.
Listen,
Rob. You don't get to call me Robert. You can call me sir. People that call me Robert or Rob, those are people that I've known forever.
Engage and talk with you. Do you want to talk with me or not?
I want answers.
Okay, let's just talk to each other. All right, I'm willing to talk to you.
You weren't any other time.
Because right now I've got time to do it. Listen to me. Can you at least just put the light out of my face while I'm talking with you? All right. I understand you're recording, and that's fine. That's your constitutional right, and I appreciate it. All right. I hope everybody accepts constitutional rights. I don't want to have any more problems with you.
I didn't want to have any in the beginning.
I empathize, and I'm sorry that you were offended that day. But I was doing my work. Listen,
you weren't doing your work.
Listen, I was doing my work. That's the police substation.
You're right, but you were doing paperwork, and you told me that, and you should have gone back to that.
I understand you say that you were singing lyrics and stuff like that, but you were also making other remarks and stuff. And that's why I engaged with you.
No,
you needed help.
You engaged with me after I said "fuck you" because I looked at my peripheral vision. You came up. You said "fuck me." Give me your ID.
I didn't say that. You know I didn't say that.
No, that's right. Because when I called the sergeant 2 weeks after, because I wasn't sure what happened, I got hung up on because he didn't like what I was saying.
And
there was a report that was put up because he started reading it, and I said, "No, sir, that's wrong. I didn't engage with them at all. They engaged with me." So there's a false report right there. And I've asked deputies in the sheriff's department since then, if that was a false police report, wouldn't I be in the back of a car? And they said, "Oh yeah." I said, "Well, what if it's the flip side?" And one of the females, I didn't get her name, but she said, "Well, it should work that way." I said, "Thank you."
Which one?
I didn't get her name. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and my dog had to take a shit, basically. And they were out in the apartment complex for something, and I didn't want to hold them up either. I asked them a quick question, and the female said, "Well, yeah, it should be." I mean, there was a false police report that day. Plus, 2 days after all that, on YouTube, there were many videos of the same kind of incident that happened with me, and people were getting them for harassment and disturbing the peace. I wanted to do that, but Lieutenant Hunter said that wasn't anything to do, but it was. Forever after now, you guys have disturbed my peace. You've put PTSD in me, and to call you guys is a joke because dispatch is as dirty as you guys.
Well, I can understand the PTSD remark. I can understand that and empathize with that. I'm a 2-time combat veteran. I understand. I understand when you're upset about something, that things can trigger you and upset you. And I don't have a problem with that. So I want you to, just for a second, just think about it from our perspective as police officers. I understand you don't like us. I get it.
It's not that. I want transparency. But the way you approached me, and then the other night where you blasted me with your lights, that's obstructing my First Amendment view.
Do you want me to touch on that?
I want you to touch on everything.
Okay. So the thing with the lights, when we have our brights on, there's an automatic setting within our vehicle that when we put it in park, the takedown lights, which is the bar up top, comes on. That's for traffic stops and crime scenes.
Can you show me this? Because I know the Supreme Court allows you guys to lie.
Yeah, I can show it to you.
I just want the truth. Like I told you in your email, I want truth. I want.
And your email was a lot to digest, and there was a lot going on in it. And I understand you're getting your feelings out.
And that was as nice and respectful as I could be. That was as nice and respectful as I could be too. I mean, there's more I wanted to say and how I wanted to say it, but I know my laws, and I know that a threat is a threat, and I don't need that. And
I am not trying to threaten you.
No, I know, but in my emails and stuff, like I didn't want it to come across like that.
I understand you were trying to convey your message, and you got a lot that you want to talk about, and I understand.
But yeah, it's been how many months now?
What's that?
It's been how many months now?
Well, you're talking about the incident in September, correct?
Yeah, this goes all the way back to that, yeah.
Okay. And I'm sure you've had other stuff that's happened, that you've had interactions with police that have not.
Well,
been
charged
kosher that you like, right?
Oh, in my past, so yeah.
Okay, and I don't want to dive into those because that's none of my business. All right, that's your business.
Yeah, there's been none in Salem though.
I understand what you're doing, and I respect that. I get it, dude. Like you say that I don't uphold the Constitution, and I understand that's your perspective of it, brother. I've been doing this.
I'm not your brother.
I'm talking to you as another American.
I understand that. I have only one brother,
though, sir. I've been doing this since I was not police work. I've been in the Marines. I've been in the Army. I've done multiple tours. I'm a police officer now. I've served the Constitution and the public to the best of my ability.
Okay? Did you hear your statement? You just said you served it to the best of your ability. So you're done?
No, I'm gonna continue doing it.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify that.
Doing my work the best I can. I'm a regular person.
That's what I agree with. At the end of the day, we all believe the same.
All right, that's it. I don't have any quarrels with you. No matter these incidents and interactions we keep having, I have no quarrels with you. I understand what you're doing. I get it.
So then, what made you engage with me on that day? Because I was just doing what I was doing.
Back to what I was saying.
If there's cops and stuff there, everybody's going to look, right?
Just for a second, put yourself as a police officer in today's climate, right? Just think about it for a second.
I would know which one is my taser to my gun. And I would know which one is the taser to a gun too. I would not get out like the other night. Those guys got out. I need to see everybody's hands. I almost flew over my handlebars. Like,
was that on State Street?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. That's
Did you know that was a takedown for multiple persons crimes that we found the suspect for?
No, I just heard it on the scanner.
That's what that's for. All right. And if you're riding your bike with you got a scanner and you're riding to a crime scene, that can elevate, and we don't know who's who at the time until we get it all deciphered. All right. So that's what that's for. And the thing, what I'm telling you about in September, I'm at a police substation. I'm typing my reports, and I hear somebody screaming behind me. Whether you're singing, whether you're yelling or you're singing loudly or whatever it is, and then I hear multiple F-bombs about how we're wasting tax dollars, and you're behind our vehicles. We've got nowhere to go. We've got this incident going on in the rest of the country. I'm gonna get out and I'm gonna ask you if you need something. That's what I did.
No, everything was good that day, and then you said, okay, I'm here trying to finish the report. You should have walked away right there, gone back to your car and done the report. Instead, you in charge stood there, and then Griffith, which I haven't seen him, I want to talk to him so badly. Because he made some statements that are way out of line.
The only person you talked to was Deputy Charge Guy, right?
No, Griffith came in shortly afterwards, and it was escalated from there, and then he got there, and then you two had like a 5-second conversation, and it just went like way south real fast. And then your body actions, when you were like, I've had enough, you straight up slammed that book, and you went from like, your head went
down. I never slammed the book, Robert. I closed it up and put it back in my uniform. I stayed in the police department substation driveway. That's what happened.
No, you took, I know it vividly, because this is why I said 4 times, and the 4th time you guys somehow heard.
Robert, you did make accusations against me that were not true. I never said F you to you. I never said anything to you. All right?
You should have never gotten out of your vehicle, period.
Sir, that's a police officer safety issue. If I'm sitting in my vehicle and I have someone that's blocked me in and is yelling, I don't know what they're doing.
I'm a dude with a dog. I'm not blocking you in. That's the dumbest. Okay. I just think that's my opinion. That's the dumbest remark, because I'm a dude with a dog. If you guys were to start backing up, I'm common sense, common law. I'm gonna get the hell out of the way. Like with Charge the other night, I was nowhere in his way.
I don't know what happened. I
get that, but Lieutenant Hunter called and I had to I basically told him what was up because I wasn't blocking him at all. His own deputies that he called blocked him. So, but I wasn't doing anything more than walking my dog.
I was actually out on sick leave when that happened. So.
But I wasn't. You guys can't just. That's not your guys' job. Is to engage with people just out of the random like that. Doesn't matter if they're singing or whatever. Look at the scenario and move on with your day. Now, if there was other people around, maybe sure. But it was me and my dog. I can tell my dog to fuck off all day long. I wasn't. And if there's police, like right now, I guarantee you, everybody's looking here. So I'm walking my dog, same path that I have for a year and a half. I look over, oh, sheriffs. And then I'm going back to my music. It was nothing more, nothing less. And you guys came within 5 feet of me and my dog, and you guys don't know my dog. You don't know her history. I would have lost my dog that day, and I'd have been fucked. I don't know what would happen.
I've never shot a dog. I've never hurt a dog. I love dogs.
Well, but I don't know. I don't know you from anybody that day.
Seems like you. I know you better than a lot of other citizens now.
I don't know if I want to be proud of that or not.
I don't know. But you and me keep having encounters. I don't want them to be bad ones, dude.
I know. I want transparency too. I'm not out to.
Did I give you a hard time the other night? No, I walked up and I literally gave you my card. I told you we're at a crime scene, and then I had to go. And I'm sure you heard us on the scanner arrive at the other address, correct?
No, because after that one,
were you recording? You didn't have your scanner up.
Yeah, no, it doesn't record when it's, or it doesn't go off when it records. But when they released him, he asked for a cigarette, and I stood there and talked with him and stuff. So, and I usually do that afterwards with encounters, anyways, just to kind of get the story if I missed it. So I ended up passing that dude actually because they were talking about a white car, and so I saw the white car. I'm like, don't go. But then it pulled in, and then like I said, like 5 of them, and it was like, I need to see everybody's hands. I'm like, holy shit, like.
Yeah, so that was a legitimate takedown for a crime that we were investigating. All right.
Okay, and then it was all over, and you came in, and the lights, like that was, everything was in that far corner. You know what I mean? So what? My question is, why was my view obscure? Dude, I could not see for anything. Like I was just like, and when everything was the other direction, basically to the side of you, and you pulled in and straight up put them on me.
So that's where I park. This is the crime scene. We're locking down the parking lot. That's what we're doing. Okay. And lights on. Everybody knows there's police here. It's not good to pull in. Because all the time we'll be at places, people pull into the parking lot while we're in the middle of an arrest, and we don't need extra bystanders getting involved and other people. We're trying to deal with one problem.
But legally, you can't stop that.
What's that?
Legally, you can't stop that because we're allowed to be 10 feet.
In an area, we can't have people walking into a crime scene.
Then
yes, we can.
You're correct if you have tape up.
No, that's
yeah. We're allowed to be.
The tape is something additional that we try to get done, but if we're working with something right now, right here, we don't just jump out like a clown car and we're like start running tape around things. We don't do that, and that's not reasonable to do.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying
for an extended period of time, like a shoot, like there's been a shooting like up at the Tiki Lounge or something, then we can lock it down. We can put tape out and stuff. There's a lot more than black and white. We do this, you do that as a citizen, you do this as a police officer. There's more to it than that. There's a lot of gray, and it depends is a common phrase with what we got, and you do what you can at the time. All right. Does that make sense? Like, it's reasonable that we can do that.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, if you block a car, then you're technically live by example, right? Or lead by example. Lead by example is so. This right here. Okay. Well. Okay. Never mind. It's police parking, so you're good. But like. Just parking like along the side of the street, like say where the red fire lane is, we'd get in trouble for that. And
we're an emergency vehicle.
But without your lights on, it matters.
If we're investigating something, we don't just drive around with overhead lights on all the time.
Well, yeah,
people out.
Well, that would be illegal. I mean,
if we're not going to an emergency, there's no reason for emergency lights and sirens.
Well, I mean, I only brought up the fire lane because at the substation, I have a video of somebody doing that. Just parking there, and whether they were doing the report or not, we would get hit for that all day long.
Right.
So, and it's
so illegal stopping and standing parking, right?
Yeah. Whether he's doing a report, I mean, he even came around afterwards and he's like, "Can I help you?" I said, "No." And I don't submit any of these to lieutenants or anything or whatnot. I have a YouTube channel, and because I'm trying to fight for the transparency, but ever since September, you guys have put it in me where I'm not scared, dude. Like, you guys tell me not to be behind you. One, I just don't understand that concept, because how do you guys do it on your days off? Nobody behind you. It's odd to me,
because they're not in a police car or in a uniform on your days off.
But people know you from day-to-day interactions, so it still be the same. You guys' life is still as high on risk as in uniform, because people know you. So therefore, I mean, how do you go and target? How do you, like? It's just crazy to me, because we
don't have a massive target.
That's what I'm saying. Is people know you though from stops, so they now see you in Target, say,
so if
and you don't want them behind you.
If I'm with my children, would you walk up and confront me in Target?
Hell yeah, it's public property. Oh no, Target's private. No,
you would take my professional life to my children?
No, I would probably just come up to you and be like, because, dude, I'm not about the hate in this world, dude. I'm trying to make a change for the better for my kid and having her future be way better than this crap. And I would be like, September 10th, like, you mind having a chat? Like,
look, dude, I want you to get over this September 10th thing. I want you to have closure from it.
Well, see, that's just one thing. Where there's justice for the injustice, I don't believe in that line, because forever after whether this is what justice is looking like, I still live with it, because there is no way to right the wrong in a peace of mind sense of way.
Maybe it won't forever be better, and you're going to remember that day. But look, I don't want to, like, if I see you, I'm like, oh, there's Robert, or there's Mr. Pittman, or whatever. It's like, if I see you out here, cool, man, I'll wave at you. I don't have beef with you.
No, I don't either. I just want the resolution.
I want this to stop. I don't care if you record me. I don't care if you do your I feel like you're constitutionally obligated to do this, and I'm sure that's how you feel.
Any more days, yeah, because the kids in the youth today, they're getting the image of police. When they see the lights and they see things, they need to run, because they're going to get shot.
That's not accurate.
Watch YouTube, man. Well, it's
you can watch YouTube, but in the reality of things, that's not how life is. I understand. It's really bad.
We're the real media. We're the real media. We're not dolled up, and we're not editing. And I mean, and this is, I mean, I've noticed that every encounter with the sheriffs, you guys don't have body cams. That's scary for the people too. I don't know how we can go about getting those, but I highly would. I think you guys need them, because then we would have had something for that day, because it's your guys' word against mine at the end of the day. And you know, if I wanted to take it to Eternal Affairs, I'd still lose.
Right.
But I mean, it's not going there clearly, but it just, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't think to have my camera, because I've done that for a year and a half, same walk, so I didn't think anything was going to transpire. So, but it did. And at that point, I'm looking out for me and my dog, and really, I'm looking out for you guys, because you guys don't know the history of my dog. Under my ex, she's a one-bite dog in Oregon. So she starts growling. I'm surprised she didn't. I'm shocked that she didn't. And I mean, since then, with her coming over to me and the marriage being over, they don't have her classified as one-bite dog. She's the new dog under me, which is great, because I've always feared that. But she's not socialized, and I'm trying to work on that. But you know, she's got 3 people that she don't know coming up towards her. She's a German Shepherd. I mean, their thing is to guard and protect. And she would have bit, and then I don't know, because I've had a deputy say at one point when she was barking a long time before our interaction, man, if I didn't know any better, I'd probably shoot your dog. I'm like, did you say you'd shoot my dog? I say, well, I'm pretty sure I'd be on my way towards you. He's like, is that a threat? I'm like, if it was, we're gonna knock both of them out, and call it even. Like, those kind of comments and stuff, that's not professional. And I mean, I'm not saying it was you, or I don't know who it was, because at that point I was just like, what? And I've never really looked hard into like laws and whatnot, but then I have, since I moved over to State Street, just because I want to know that, I want to know my law. And I've had in the past experience with my hometown deputies and whatnot, never really here in Salem except for the PD through my marriage, but they always Well, you want to arrest her? No. But as far as them coming at me, I 7 years and nothing until that day, and I was like, that turned my whole world around, because like, I was like, I don't get it, I don't understand. And it like I said, it goes back to dispatch too, because I have the video recording. It's on YouTube as well. I never cut her off at once. She's like, "Sir, are you okay? Are you fine? Sir, don't cut me off." I cut her off once, sorry, at the end, because she wouldn't let me finish. But it came down to a point where I was trying to make reports, and it was just a joke. They wouldn't go any further. Even in her voice, when she said that she was going to pass it along, you already knew it wasn't going anywhere. So I mean, that's a concern in safety for now me. If I'm ever in trouble, I can't rely upon dispatch or sheriff. So now say I'm a second amendment person. Now I got to shoot the person and go to prison for murder because they think I'm not okay, or this, like, it got pretty weird for me. And I didn't know exactly what to do, so I really started studying stuff to protect myself on, not saying it was going to happen, but to protect myself on anything that happens, because I'm not trying to do any of that. I'm trying to be here and change the hate and all this, and get on an even level with police, to where they're not just going out and harassing people, whether they're singing music or whatnot. You guys got to gauge the situation way better. Like I said, if there was somebody else there, okay, there's more reasonable suspicion to engage with me. But me just walking my dog and nobody else, like I said, anybody's going to look at the police or the sheriffs, or it's going to happen. But you can't get in your feelings about that and jump out and engage. You should have just done your report.
I still have to. Every day, I still have to take care of myself. All right.
Well, yeah, but your best thing would have been to stay in your vehicle. That would have been the safest.
But that's not how we're trained. We don't stay in our vehicle. That's how police officers get hurt. It is.
I know how you guys are trained. There's a documentary on it.
This is essentially a coffin for us. All right. So we're not gonna. If someone's out there and they're yelling behind us, we're not gonna stay in the vehicle. We have to get out and at least be prepared to defend ourselves. So
yeah, see, okay, that line right there. That whole mentality is. I'm not saying change it. It's got to be de-escalated though, because we're not.
I understand that.
Because if you guys come out like that, think about all your reactions from everybody else and why they go that way, because they're like, holy shit, dude.
But as you said, we have to gauge the situation and we have to understand what's going on. If there's no threat, there's no threat. But we at least have to identify what's going on. All right.
But okay, and so with you knowing the Constitution and everything, when I said articulate on the ID, but you kept pushing for my ID, why didn't multiple times while getting more agitated about it too? So if you know the Constitution so well, why didn't, after the first time, because you had no reasonable, you couldn't articulate anything?
The reason why is because
I know why.
You need to engage with us.
No, I didn't. No.
And I don't want to argue about it.
I'm
out there. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. If there's nothing going on, if you didn't need anything from us, then we don't need. There was nothing else to talk about.
You're right, and you should have gone back to your vehicle, but you kept demanding ID, which I had done nothing wrong. And I wasn't engaging, as in what, saying articulate what crime I've committed, about to, or have, like.
On about taxpayer money.
Before, that was way after all of that. That was literally way after all of that, because you're like, you see your ID. I said, articulate what crime I've committed or about to, and you're like, I don't remember what you said, but basically it came down to ID again. I get what ID is to you guys. I do. It's like crack cocaine. It's your guys' addiction. I get it. You have to have it. That way you can run people for warrants and fuck people's lives up, and I get it. I got it. But if they're not doing anything wrong.
So what I want to do right now with you, if you're willing to, I want to squash this between you and me. All right? I have a deputy in training. I've got other calls to take care of. I want to make sure that when you and me see each other again, you're not upset with me. You're not pissed off. Like we can at least coexist. All right.
Well, yeah, I'm not ever gonna engage with you first. I'll record, but I don't have on my scanner. Okay, look up Crabtree. Like follow him. Like it's not like that.
You just go where the calls are.
Yeah, exactly. Like I mean, if I had that.
We don't pick the calls. We go where the calls are. It's the same thing.
Yeah, if I had that on my scanner, there's stalking right there. I mean, it's, I'm not about that. I mean, the other night, I almost wanted to follow you. I almost asked you, well, let's go. Like, because I seriously wanted to watch your whole demeanor on a whole another stop because of that incident that day. Because that was threatening, and I told myself that day, I was like, dude, if I see these 3 officers around anybody, I don't care how far away I am, I will yell, I will scream, because they are a threat. They are a huge threat. Like, and that's just honestly how I felt.
I'm not a threat to you.
Well, I mean, we've had this talk now, and you know, it makes a little bit more sense. But from September till right here, right now, that's all I could think about is, like, I can even say PTSD the other night because I'm that close to you, and I don't know what the hell you're gonna do because of the escalation from the first time around. And I was just like, dude, if I say anything wrong, dude, like, I'm gonna get like tackled, dude.
But I understand your fear at that time. That's not what was gonna happen.
I don't know that.
I hope from now on, if you see me, I'll throw what's up to you while we're doing something, but let us do our work.
Oh yeah, no. I that's it.
And you obviously can record. That's your right.
Yeah. I know that.
Just let us do our thing. Don't talk trash to us. Well, I mean, if you want to, and that you feel you need to.
No. See, that's
just
not.
Let us do our thing.
Yeah, that's not how I operate. Like, I know that I'm allowed to be 10 feet within, whatever for recording, 10 feet away. Now I do, and I will always give back what I'm given. So if somebody comes up to me, you need to get back right now. Like, no, like, but I'm more or less respectful. I'm just trying to make sure that accountability is all the way around. So where if something happened to you guys, and you guys don't have body cams, so guess what? Who are you gonna come to for the proof? The guy with the camera. Same with the victim or the suspect or whatever. If something happens, I got their back. That's all this is. Because it's trying to bring community and the police back together. That way the good cops aren't out here rolling up on something and getting shot because of what they hear, what they've seen, what they've been through. Because that's what's gone on, is the good cops or the new cops. There was a new guy in my apartment for a death, unfortunately, and he just wasn't saying anything at all. I'm like,
he's just trying to learn the ropes.
I'm like, dude, you've been here for like 30 minutes, you've taken 2 steps, and you've done absolutely jack shit. Like, you're dismissed, and you wouldn't talk. And then Morrison was talking, and I went back to him, I'm like, you pissed your leg or something? Like, do you not talk? Like, is he your dad or something? Do you have to wait on him?
They don't want to step outside the fray. They don't want to get in trouble. They don't know where they can go. They're young and trying to learn.
Yeah, and that's what Morrison's like, or how about he's a deputy in training? I was like, see, that's where you start saying something like 10 minutes ago when I started letting in on this dude. Because this dude now, his first encounter with potential,
with you,
like,
going to be a hostile encounter.
Yeah, exactly. And if you're in training, and maybe that's something that you'll take with him when you roll up to your next stop, be like, hey, I just want to let you guys know in training, because now when that new guy that I encountered, when he gets hit in the face sometime, good Lord, dude, he's going to be like, oh, my worst one was that guy yelling at me. Like, I don't want none of that, but I just
like I said, I don't mean to cut you off. I'm kind of glad we got to air it out a little bit. But I do need to need to get moving on to another call.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you mind giving us some space so we can get out of here and do our thing?
Yeah. Can I get your in training? Can I get his information or his card or something too?
He doesn't have cards. He's that new. He doesn't have cards yet. But
because the other new guy had one, he just doesn't have a name on him.
Yeah, it just says deputy.
Yeah. But he has a badge number and everything. Can I get it from him?
Alpha 111.
Okay. Can I get it from him though for the record?
You really need to talk to him.
I just want to name badge since he was here. Yeah. It's for my record. That's all.
Right, I'll do that for you. All right.
All right.
Can you tell him your badge number and your name, please? Deputy Peter Riches, Alpha 111.
I think we had an encounter at my place, maybe?
Might have.
With the dead man?
Might have.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Go ahead, finish up.
All right.
Good for now?
Yeah.
All right. Good luck.
All right, thank you.